Hello, grade 9 students. Today's lecture is about from food to nutrients. It's in activity 4. So, before starting, as we said before, food is a complex is a complex substances. So, it contains many substances such as proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, sugars. So we want to make the molecular simplification of them in order to obtain nutrients. So nutrients are simple and soluble substances and obtained from the complete digestion of food. So after finishing the complete digestion of food, we obtain nutrients. Nutrients such as the glucose, for example, amino acids coming from proteins, مثلا الفاتي acids and glycerol اللي هن coming from lipids. So as I said, consumed food is formed of molecules. We have many molecules inside the food, some of which are complex, such as starch, proteins, and lipids. So the food is not a simple molecule. It doesn't contain simple molecules. It contains many molecules. يعني الفود بيكون بقلبه many molecules such as proteins, starch, lipids. بيكون mixture يعني مزيج. They are broken down into simple or simpler molecules in the digestive tract by the action of digestive juices. So the juices secreted by glands, these juices عندهم enzymes, وهول الانزيمز will make the molecular simplification of starch, proteins and lipids, for example. These chemical transformations are facilitated by mechanical digestion. كمان we will study it later. هلا in this video we are going to study about the digestion of proteins. So you have to focus from this slide here. بدي بلش ركز قد ما فيي. Proteins made up of amino acids. So the proteins are made up of amino acids, are organic materials that are digested by proteases. So um, the proteases are class of enzymes specific to digest proteins. So فإذا مثل ما شفنا البروتين هو made up of amino acids who organic material since it's made up essentially of carbon atoms as we studied in the first activity. And here we have to know what do we mean by protease. فإذا protease it's a class of enzymes specific to digest what proteins. فإذا البروتيازز هن a class of enzymes specific to digest proteins. فإذا هيدي الكلمة كتير مهمة. والبروتينز are made up of amino acid. This is a molecule of protein. As you can see it's complicated. It's made up of amino acids. هون حتشوف إنه عندها number كبير من الأمينو acids. فإذا 1 proteins are made up of amino acids. 2 they are digested by enzymes called proteases مثل مين such as trypsin and pepsin. The digestion of proteins doesn't take place in mouth. So in mouth, no digestion of proteins. يعني if we want to measure the quantity of proteins in your mouth and also in your esophagus, it will stay the same. Same quantity. If I ingested إذا أنا أخدت عندي مثلا mouth, esophagus, اوكي هون كان quantity of ingested proteins كانت 100. أكلت 100 grams of proteins. This quantity will stay the same in the mouth and the same in the esophagus. Why? Due to the absence of protease secretion. لأنه ما عندي secretion بالمouth وما عندي secretion بالesophagus لبروتياز. ما في عندي proteases. ما عندي enzymes specific to digest proteins بالمouth. ما عندي protease بالmouth. ما عندي protease بالesophagus. So the question can formulate a hypothesis concerning the constant amount of proteins in the mouth or in the esophagus. The answer hypothesis 2 points. Um, no secretion of proteases takes place in mouth and esophagus. Here you can see an enzyme called amylase. هيدا الامylase, it's an enzyme which is specific to digest what? cooked starch أو starch. إذا كنا عم نحكي salivary بيكون cooked starch، إذا ما قلنا salivary بيكون starch. فإذا here saliva، شو بقلب السلايفا؟ doesn't contain any protease. فإذا السلايفا بقلبه salivary amylase هو specific to digest cooked starch. اوكي سو ما في digestion of proteins عشان ما نضيع. as a summary: no digestion of proteins in the mouth, no digestion of proteins in the esophagus due to the absence of protease secretion. ما في protease secretion. Now we want to talk about the digestion of proteins in the stomach. So the digestion of proteins starts in the stomach. هيدا البوينت very important. The digestion of proteins start in the stomach by pepsin, which is present in the gastric juice. فإذا هو found in the gastric juice هو protease. فإذا pepsin is a protease. هيدي كتير مهمة الانزيم here. فإذا the pepsin is a protease. Why? Because it's an enzyme specific to digest proteins, as I said before. So it's found in the gastric juice. So this is the stomach here, and this is the gastric juice. Okay, gastric juice contains pepsin and hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid renders the chemical medium acidic وعنده many other functions. And here you can see the pepsin, which is an enzyme which is an enzyme specific to digest proteins. فإذا here you can see the action of proteins the action of pepsin. هون البepsin هو اللي عم يعمل this transformation from protein into peptide. فإذا look at this protein, it's very complicated, and look at these peptides. This is our one peptide, and this is the second peptide, and this is the third peptide. So how many peptides do I have here? 3. فإذا the pepsin catalyzes the chemical transformation of proteins into peptide. So do we have here a complete digestion of protein? No, it's an incomplete digestion, or it's a partial digestion of proteins. فإذا the digestion of protein starts in the stomach. فإذا the digestion of protein starts in the stomach by the pepsin. This is the pepsin. This is the pepsin found in the gastric juice. And also this pepsin is a protease, since it catalyzes the digestion of protein into peptide. So here I have no complete digestion, I have a partial digestion, because we don't have we don't obtain amino acids. Now we want to continue. So after passing through, as I said, عنا mouth, esophagus, stomach, now we want to talk about the small intestine. وين الريزر؟ okay. فإذا small intestine. Here the digestion of protein starts here, and it will be ended here. So trypsin, which is present in the pancreatic juice of the small intestine, catalyzes the digestion of proteins or peptides into amino acids. So here in the small intestine شو حيصير عندي secretion of what? Of pancreatic juice. وهيدا البنكرياتيك جوس بقلبه انزيم called trypsin. فإذا هيدا التريبسين هيدا هو اللي as you can see it here. The trypsin catalyzes the digestion of protein أو peptide، بيقدر يكمش protein أو peptide into amino acid. And here we can say إنه the digestion is finished here، لأنه we obtain amino acid. فإذا تريبسين هو كمان also it's a protease. ما تنسوا بابسين وتريبسين are proteases. تريبسين بيعمل digestion of protein or peptide into amino acids، عنده high efficiency، بينما البابسين بيعمل بروتين للبيبتايد. ركزوا كتير منيح على digestion of proteins for this monthly test. Now also كمان in the small intestine عنا two juices secreted. أول شي البايل ما حنحكي فيه. عنا الانتستينال، عنا سوري بالأول pancreatic juice، وتاني واحد عندي intestinal juice. pancreatic juice catalyzes by the trypsin وهو protease catalyzes the chemical transformation of proteins and peptide into amino acids، بينما الانتستينال جوس بس بيقدر from peptide into amino acid. هلا ما بحس انه الانتستينال جوس كتير بيهم بالشهادة وبيمرق كتير، لانه ولا مرة قاطع ومش مكتوب بقلبه انزيمز يعني بالكتاب ولا جايبين سيرته. بس الانتستينال جوس هو اذا بدي مرقة يعني هيك بقلبه انزيم called اريبسين. اريبسين بيعمل digestion of peptide into amino acid. حاعطيكم بعدين ورك شيت بقلبه هيدول الانزيمز كلهم او summary بقلبهم كل الانزيمز. فاذا intestinal juice كمان also helps digestion of peptides into amino acids under the action of اريبسين. okay so the enzyme called اريبسين هو protease كمان. فاذا صرنا شايفين 3 proteases pepsin, trypsin and ellipsin. فإذا here we can say إنه خلصنا digestion of proteins since we obtain amino acids. Here we have in document A بالbook on your book we have an experiment. Here we have a pancreatic extract which means pancreatic juice. Here we have a coagulated egg white and after 1 hour placed at 37 degrees Celsius. The piece of egg white disappears and amino acids appear in the test tube. The presence of amino acid is detected by the violet test, absence of violet color. So here عم بقولوا إنه coagulated egg white after 1 hour disappeared. وعملوا violet test here. violet test هو to indicate the presence of proteins. عطى blue color معناتها no proteins. فإذا هيدا doesn't contain proteins. شو في بقلبه؟ فإذا amino acids. بينما هيدا بقلبه proteins مثل ما شايفين. فإذا حيعطي violet color with violet test. فإذا violet test حيكون بالأول positive وحيصير بالآخر negative. بالأول positive معناتها violet color وبالآخر negative معناتها blue color. معناتها هون في عندي امينو اسيدز وهون كان عندي بروتينز. فاذا شو بشرح اذا بدي اشرح الريزلتس. The pancreatic extract or juice contains a protease called trypsin. فاذا this juice here because it's pancreatic بقلبه trypsin that catalyzes the digestion of proteins of the coagulated egg white into amino acids. فاذا حول البروتينز تاعون coagulated egg white into amino acids leading to its disappearance. فهون تختفي الاج وايت وكمان بدنا نزيد عليها شغلة leading to its disappearance وكمان بنفس الوقت and the amino acids gives شو blue color with violet test. فإذا حيعطيني إنه بآخر الوقت عطيني شو؟ عطيني blue color معناتها في amino acids. فإذا هون في amino acids هون كان في protein. proteins are digested into amino acids لأنه البنكرياتيك جوس حول عن طريق التريبسين حول بروتين لأمينو أسيدز. أكيد لو كان حولهم لبيبتايد كان حيعطي هون فايولت. انتبهوا لهيدي النوت كتير مهمة. لو هون كان في بروتين وتحولوا لبيبتايد مثلا كان حيعطي فايولت كولر. شو which color؟ حيعطي فايولت لأنه الفايولت بيعطي مع البروتين والبيبتايد same color. يعني كان عطى هون plus وهون plus. بس this is not the case because we have pancreatic juice. هيدا لو كان عنا gastric juice كانت اختفت بس عطى plus هون لأنه بيكون عنده شو؟ بيكون عنده بيبتايد. فإذا الجاستريك جوس بحول البروتين لبيبتايد عن طريق البيبسين بينما البانكرياتيك جوس بحول البروتين into amino acids. Here you can see the diagram of the complete simplification of proteins أو complete molecular simplification of proteins. فإذا proteins بيمرقوا بشيء intermediate اسمه peptide. How many peptides do I have here? 3 peptides. بعدين complete digestion will give amino acids. واضحة؟ protein, peptide, amino acids. فإذا what do we obtain after a complete digestion of protein؟ حيعطيني amino acids. فإذا the complete digestion of proteins gives amino acids. And this was about the digestion of proteins. And tomorrow inshallah I will send an exercise um, about protein digestion.